Good morning, everyone. This is Pam at the Paper Outpost, and today we're going to be using up some more of our book pages. We're going to be making these little tiny picture books or micro-pictoral books, however you like to say it, but they're basically just itty-bitty, and they're made from tiny boxes, and they're very easy to make, and they're fun, and they're so cute, and you can use them as book jewelry. You can use them as just standalones on their own. You could make a little collection of them. How fun would that be, right? And there's something about the mini and the tiny that is just so adorable. So let me give you a little tour of these prototypes. Here's the first one I made. This is from a weather map book page that I found in an atlas. And I just put some doodads on the spine to make it look like book ridges. And then this little rosette here is from a dress that I got at a garage sale. Just cut that off and popped it on. And inside, this little one is just full of little pictures. Let me show you. And these are actually stickers. And the stickers were nice and thin, so that really worked well with the book design. And it's just a fun little flip through. How cute is that, right? Okay, so that's number one. And let's show you number two. All right, number two is using, this is an illustration from a botanical book page, and I just put some jute on the back spine to give it the look of ridges on the spine. And on this one, I did some stamping. And a little tip, if you don't like what's on one page, you can cover it up and then just stamp right over that. That works really nicely. Okay, so just show you some examples here. And let's get to it and let's make one of these little pups. They're very easy and they're fun, and I'll show you a quick tip on how to make these pretty quickly. Okay, here we go. All right, putting the prototypes aside. And basically, you need to have some sort of box. No, you really don't, but it just makes it a lot easier if you do. You can just otherwise fold a cardstock or direct mail, junk mail to use as your book cover. But the nice thing about using a little box is it already has the folds built in, which make your spine very nice and easy to work. So I'm going to use this little one today, and this is very tiny. You can see the size of my hand, size of the box, very small. But some other examples of boxes you can use. Let me back out a bit so you can see what's going on. Okay. So I bought a bunch of stuff at AliExpress, and I got all these cutie little boxes. Everything came in boxes with that. So I thought, oh, I see journal potential here, little tiny journal potential. So if you ever come across these, that's great. If you don't buy at AliExpress, you may come across something this sized, possibly for makeup, maybe an eyeshadow, or possibly a deck of cards might come in a box like this, or maybe a guest soap might have a box like this. So hang on to those if you have them. And if not, I would say use a direct mailer card or cardstock to make this. But the first thing we're going to do is open this little puppy up. We've got some stickers still inside. Okay. All right, so let's get to that. I've got Dingle, the Dingle crowd in the other room. They're very excited I'm making a video. Yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you with my grand pointer. I'm going to draw it for you. I'm going to use this, this, and this. So I'm going to cut everything else away. And this is the exciting part. Oh, this is a no-sew thing. This is a no-sew thing. You could sew these signatures in, but we're not going to do that. No, we're going to do it a different way just so you can see it. And it's really fun and easy. All right, so let's clip-a-roo all the extra stuff off. I know, hold your breath. It's probably not going to be a straight line, but we're rolling with it. Okay. Cut off this excess. And we did it. Okay. So now let's assess what we want here. We don't want you. We get rid of you in the nicest possible way. And then we're just going to measure to see. This was kind of a funky box, so I just sort of winging it here. And there we go. So we have our basic book cover shape, and that's what we're after. So let me get rid of this and throw it in the magic garbage can, which lives beneath me very conveniently. Okay. So next thing we want to do is we want to cover this. All right, so I whipped out some Edith Holden paper here, and she has the most beautiful handwriting. So actually that's printing, but let's see, should we put a flower or the writing? Flower or the writing? You know what, we'll put the writing. Okay, so we're going to glue this pup down. Let me get my magic glue paper. Oh, that's attractive. I know. Okay, and my glue stick. That's what I want. My glue stick. Okay, I'm just using this one. Okay, and we're going to glue it down. So let's get all gluey. Let's go in deep. Are we in the shot? Yep. Let me know if I'm not in the shot, okay? Yeah. Okay. All right. So, oh yeah, good and gluey down to the edges. So just double checking here. Lots of font. Probably can't mess this up too much. All right, we just put it down and hope we got all font there. And I think we do. All right. Okay, now this page is a little thicker. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try this. I'm going to try using the thing to tear the line, the cover. Okay, so far so good. And I don't mind the little rough edges. If you really want pristine edges, use your scissors. Okay, and you can also sand block the edges off if you want. I might have to trim this down a little bit. This page is a little thicker than the other ones I used, so okay, if I did it nicely and slowly, it would work out perfectly. Okay, so we have that. And I think I'm just going to trim this off a little bit. Okay, just to make it all pretty. There you go. All right, and like I said, a little rough is okay because we're going to ink all that up, and it's going to absorb the ink nicely and look kind of, you know, rustic, primitive. Okay, so now the glue is wet, and what you want to do is train the paper. Train the paper to the spine, and the way we do that is we fold on one spine line, and then we fold on the other spine line. Fold on one spine line, and then we fold on the other spine line. And that kind of gets your book to work nicely so that it's going to open easily for you and stuff like that. Plus, if you see you might see a little migration of your paper, and that's okay. And even if you have a little extra white sticking out because you've been, you know, migrating, that's okay because we're going to ink it up on the edges. Okay. All right. So there we have that, and we're already kind of cutie boo. And all right, now we're going to work on the pages on the inside. Okay, so this is a little different than a traditional three-hole pamphlet stitch. This is basically glue-orama. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a pencil or a marker or something. This is an awesome little marker. If you don't have one of these or anything like this, a fine tip black marker is really handy in the craft room. Okay, and we are going to use our little cover as the template to tell us how long to do these pages. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you this closer because this is the important part. Okay, if you don't want to use a ruler, you can totally use a ruler. I'm going to go a little further than my edge. See that? A little bit, and then I'm going to put a dot right at my bottom. Okay, and then I'm coming down here. I'm going to go a little above. See how this comes out? It's a little above. And then right at my bottom. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time. I don't know if I'm going to need this many. But just in case, because this dictionary paper is a little bit thinner than the paper I was using before. Okay, so now for the bottom, we're going to do the same thing. Okay, so this is going to be how long we want our paper, but a little above, and then make the dot at the very bottom. A little above, and then make the dot at the very bottom, a little above, and then make the dot at the very bottom. Okay, now we want our fabulous, I'm going to, tearing ruler. Okay, and now we're going to tear these. And I have got 2 pages here for simplicity's sake. Let me just back you up a little bit. Okay, there we go. All right. There, lining up the 2 dotties. Okay. All right, and this should leave me with 6 strips total if my math is right. And I would say it's going to be pretty close. Pretty darn close works in my world. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, so we have those. So we have 6 strips. And basically what we're going to do, we're going to glue them all together, but we're going to glue them instead of we're going to glue them like this. We're going to put one here, and then we're going to glue one here. And then we're going to we're going to do a bunch of those. Then we're going to do an accordion file, and we're going to squish them together and glue them in. All right, so that's the plan. That's the rocket science. All right, not too scary, right? Okay, so get some glue. Any glue will do. I like this glue, Art Glitter Glue. It dries fast. It's a nice white glue, and it comes with this handy dandy little nubber, which is super easy to get a thin bit out. And it does grab really fast. So, okay, and it doesn't matter if they're exact. It doesn't have to be exact, but straight would be helpful with your folding when it comes to the folding part. All right, so I'm just going to glue a few of these together. This is easy. You probably want to do a quick word check, make sure you haven't got any weird words on there. I am like cursed with weird words on my stuff all the time. So definitely double check. But these words look pretty safe. Okay. Well, they are in the dictionary, I can say that. But it is a vintage one, so you never know. Okay, all right, so I've got 4. Let me try 4 first, and if I need more, I'll do the backup. All right, so now we're going to do the folding, and this is the kind of fun part. Okay, that's it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the cover as a guide. Now what we're going to do, do I say that a lot, is we're going to, I'm going to put this here like that. See, it's sticking over a bit, and I want to use this just to tear this off because I want lots of font on my front inside cover. All right, and this is the most important fold that you're going to make because it's going to show you how long, how wide your book pages should be. So I'm going to use the spine to make the fold. Okay, and then once that happens, I can put my cover down. I'm okay with that right now. So now I'm going to do accordion back and forth. And let me just zoom in so you can see a little closer. Okay, so I'm doing first one over and then the other way. And try and get them close to the edges, like the edges, make sure the ends are the same length if possible. The most important one is the spine one. You really want those to be close to the same depth or all aligned because the ones that are actual, the pages that are going to stick out, they can be different little odd lengths, but it's going to be easier for you if you do all the spines the same. And if you don't do them the same exactly, which is, it's kind of hard to get them all exact, unless you're like a measuring mathematician, and I'm sure there's tips and tricks you guys have that can make that easier. But I'll show you a little trick on if it happens, and it might happen because, you know, I'm not the queen of exactness here. All right, so we're folding, and we're knocking stuff over, and we're having fun. Okay, and we're folding, and we're checking. Okay, am I in shot? Yep, okay, I gotta check that. Okay, whoop, up we go. Get your little tail up there where it's supposed to be, and bring your little tail back down here. All right. Okay, and we are up here. Oxyphile. I think that's someone who likes oxygen, possibly. I think. All right, well, we can learn a few words as we go here. Hey, ovulation. Awesome. All right. Overturner. That's what I am. I am an overturner right now. I'm turning my pages over and over again. Okay, here I go. All right, I'm almost in the home stretch. All right. Oh, this is going to work out good because even if my one last flap didn't come this way, I would just cut off a chunk. And okay, so that one's going to be a little short. So I'm probably going to do that anyway. So, well, let's see how fat it is. Now we're going to do what I call the test phase. This flap is going to tell me this is my front. This is the front of the pages. This is my spine. Okay, so let's take a look at the spine. That's pretty good, huh? All right, let's look at it from the side. This kind of is a tell-all here. Hey, not too bad. Okay. All right, we can work with that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in here and just nuzzle it in there to see if I have enough book pages or do I need to add a little bit more. And actually, I think that's okay. I think they're all kind of flaying out there and doing happy things. So we'll just leave it as that. Okay, so now you can do two things if your back flap is a little short. You can either tear a section off and use a full flap, or you can just glue a little piece on and use this. And I think I'm just going to glue a little piece on there. But now this is the exciting part. This is the glue-orama. Okay, here's where the thrill happens. Okay. Make sure you got your spine side, and you know that because the flap, your inside flap is going to be the sharp edge is going to point at you. Okay, so I got my spine. I know that's my spine. And I'm going to use some fabric tack. All right. Okay. And now I'm going to glue it. That's right. Here comes the technical part. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. All right. So, and I would say give it a good glue. All right. The paper is relaxed, not squashed together. You can squash it together and put a lot of book pages in, but I'm just going to make this one with, because this is actually a lot of book pages when you get in there. I don't know how many at this point, I forget. But just let that sort of finger tool, spreading. Happiness is happening in there. And you want to let it get a little bit tacky. So I say I'm going to wait like 10, 15 seconds before I stick it in there. Maybe blow on it a little. Okay, hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, so we're a little tacky. I would say maybe 10 seconds went by. Now I'm going to stick this in here. Now I'm not sticking my flaps down yet. I'm just working on the spine. Okay, and there we go. All right, so that's pretty good. I'm just checking the other side, and sometimes one is like a little wonky, and that's okay. You know, don't sweat it. You can like poke something in there and move it over a little bit if you need to. You know. Okay, let's look at the top. See, it just sort of switched it the other way, but you know, don't worry about that too much. Not a big deal. Okay, it's all going to be fine in the end. You watch. Okay, so we have this, and you just want to give them like a gentle push so they go down and all the little guys can stick. And then I'm just going to clip it, and then I'm going to leave it and let that really dry up for a little bit, and I'll be right back. I'll tell you how long I'm gone when I get back. Okay, I'm back. All right, that was about 2-3 minutes maybe, and what I'm at is the semi-tacky, almost dry, but I could probably move it a little bit if I needed to, section time. So I'm going in and I'm checking, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, see it's starting to adhere there. See, we're at that phase. Can you see that phase? That's the phase. Okay. Now, some of these migrate a little bit in this part, but don't sweat it, okay? It's going to be okay because everything's going to come out in the end. All right. So we're going to glue the first flap in. Can you see that? Okay, I'm going to make sure you can see it. Move my glue. All right. Out of the way, glue. People got to see. All right. And we're gluing. Switchbacks. Don't know why I did that as opposed to my X. Just happens sometimes. And you can do a little massaging here. And these pages are really going to help anchor down everything. Okay, these front and back flaps on the cover. Now let's do this one. And yes, this one is a little short, but we're going to fix it. And I'm just going to stick a piece of paper there on to make it easy. Okay. All right. So let's bring you over to the corner. Yep, and you're over at the corner, so that's good. Let's make sure everybody's still behaving. We're behaving? Yes, we're behaving. Okay, good. Checking the bottom. Making sure nobody's hanging out at the top or the bottom. See, the measuring worked pretty good. See that? That's kind of cool, huh? All right. So just let that dry for a second. And I'm going to, apparently I am going to take that little piece that I ripped off the other side, and I'm going to just glue it right there because that's the fascinating world of using up your scraps. And there's nothing better than that, boy. You just feel like you hit a home run when you use up your scraps. Whoop. It's just like, oh yeah, you know, I bet you know that feeling. Okay, there we go. Get you in now. All right, and we're glued. We're glued and we're good. And I don't care that it's upside down. I took my glasses off and I can't see it. Okay, so it's upside down. That's fine. That's all right. It makes it interesting, but we're gonna put things on here anyway because this is going to be a little picture book, And so now we got the fun part. Now we get to decorate it. So let me see the other two. So the other two, I used stickers. And they come in a roll like this. I got them at AliExpress. I have no idea what store, so don't ask me because there's like a bajillion and I bought a bunch of stuff. But the sticky stuff on here is not the greatest. It kind of tears apart a bit. I think that means it's old washi or something. It's like it's a form of washi tape on a roll. But the pictures are really cute, so I just glued them down anyway, and that worked well. And so that's how we did that. And I just ran around the outsides with the Stabilo pencil, the Aquarelle Stabilo pencil. Oh, let me show you. There's the code. Is that 8049? 80? I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? Okay. And it's called an aquarellable Stabilo. And it's basically a watercolor pencil. Or a water-soluble pencil. It's like a graphite pencil. It feels like a regular pencil when you draw the line around. And then just moisten a Q-tip and run around. And it gives you this nice gray haze to accentuate your little items, if you so choose. And the little dots that I did here are my very fancy, very expensive pencil eraser. Yes, that I put in my black ink pad and just dotted for fun. You know, I have a bajillion stamps and I use my pencil eraser. That's right. That's how it goes. It's like you get the kid the toy and he plays with the box. That's me. Okay. All right. So we have this and I think this is dry enough and we can proceed to decorating. So on the second one, we use stamps on the inside. Very fun and very easy idea if you have access to stamps. And so for the third one, I thought I'd do something different. But first, I do need to ink it. So let me go ahead and ink it all up. And I'll just show you in general how I'm inking. And then I'll go secretly do the rest off camera. So it'll happen like super fast. Okay. Doot, doot, doot. Basically, that's what I'm doing. Doot, 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 doot. Doot, 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 doot. Okay, I'm going to ink the spine. And then around. Need more ink. Okay. All right. I'll be right back and I'll ink it all up. I want to show you this. If you have the whiteys, you know, like your paper wasn't exactly the length, the inking will help cover that. Okay. Mission completed. We have inked everything. Who's we? There's no we here. There's me. That's it. I have inked everything. And now we are ready to decorate our pages. And this is the fun part. It's all the fun part. But I would like to maybe try something different. And what I had was, I have a bunch of little paper cutters and I cut out a bunch of little shapes. And what I would like to do is put a little shape on each page. So I'm going to go ahead and glue some of these down. Do I want to emphasize these around the edges a little more? Maybe, so they pop out from the page. So if you're using a fonted page, then most of your pages are going to, did I just see a bad word? Oh, okay, I'm going to cover that. Okay, so I am going to, good grief. I am going to stick a bunch of these down and then you can take a look at it and see what you think. And we'll go from there. So let me stick the first one down. I'm going to stick this one. No, I want a more colorful one. All right, I'll go stick them down. I'll be right back. All right, I figured I might as well just show you this part. Okay, so I'm using a glue stick, and I found that's probably the easiest way to glue these little pieces in. And it really doesn't matter what you use. It's totally your choice of what kind of fun you want to have inside your little pictorial book. And I'm using all sorts of random things. I've got some little pictures of faces here, and I might just go around and give them a little emphasis on the edges. And then I'm just going to go ahead. Now I'm going to go ahead and stick them all in, and then you can take a peek. Okay, so I went ahead and stuck everybody in. So I'm going to show you the big reveal. But, oh, no, not. Hang on. Okay, I put my mic back on. Sorry about that. Okay, so I went and stuck them all in. But then these, I went ahead and I used the Aquarelle pencil, the Stabilo pencil around, just drew around them and added a little water with a Q-tip to to have them pop out a little bit from the background, from the font, since the font is busy and some of the designs are a tad busy, but it just makes them easier to see. It almost makes a vignette style look, maybe a little steampunk kind of look. Okay, so I'm just going to demonstrate how I did that really quickly here so you can see how to do it. It's very easy. You take your pencil in hand and you just basically draw around the edges of your design. Feels just like a regular pencil. And then you pull out this magic tool, this thing, and you know, just need a little bit of water. So I have a handy spritzer at the ready, and I'm just spritzing on my mat, wetting the edge, and then I'm just going to go around the edges, and it makes it blossom. Just makes all that, whoops, I didn't do this one. That color spread a little bit and give you a nice little grayish charcoal haze around that. I can't follow lines worth beans, but here we go. Here we go. We're going around. We're going around. All right. And you go a couple times. You can fan it out a bit if you want to do a little fanaroo. Okay. So let me show you what we got. I think I showed you. Okay. We got all our little pictures on the inside. And like I said, they can be anything. Stamps, rubber stamps, postage stamps, little cutouts, little pictures from illustrated pages that you tear out and stick in here. That would be really cute too. So here's an example. And then we got to do something with the little cover. And I thought I'd do something different with this one. This first one I used the dress. The second one I used a botanical book page. And this one I'm going to see if I can break apart some old jewelry. I think I mentioned, I'm not sure if I mentioned, but I buy big boxes of old jewelry by the pound, broken, unmatched and stuff like that. But it's great for journal decor. So you want one that's kind of flatty flat on the back. That's not so flatty flat. Let's try you and see if I can get you apart. All right, I'm just going to try and nip this little gipper off. All right, watching the eyes. Cover. Oh, I didn't get close enough. Okay, hang on. Okay. This is my serious close nipper. All right, nipperoo. There we go. All right, that's pretty good. I could leave that little dangle. That might be cute, but it might be a tad long. Maybe a tad long. Do you want to be on there? Let's take you off. Yeah, it's just, that's more than my heart can handle. Okay, I just nip you off. Nip. Okay, gone. All right. Just a little, you can take a little sanding block and just file any sharp edges off that you get too, which is a good idea. All right. Okay, so this one is going to go here, and I'm just going to glue them down. I think I'm going to use some, you could probably use that, you know, epoxy metal glue stuff, but I'm just using Fabri-Tac because this is not going to survive the apocalypse, this book, but it will do its duty, do its just duty. All right. Okay. No, we want something under you. Okay. How about you? Okay. Let's put some little design under you. Give it a little more oomph. Okay. Well, I gotta, oh, am I showing you? Am I showing you? I just got a little piece of black muslin here. And he's just a little large, so I'm just going to shrink him down a smidgeroo and just ruffle him up a little bit. Look like he went through maybe half an apocalypse. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And let's glue that down in no random order. I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac because I want a good strong hold here, and it is a fabric. I got a little thread there, but that's okay. We're going to cover it up. I'm just going to put on diamond wise. Yeah, there we go. And make sure I have a lot here. Oh, am I in shot? Okay, and going around, going around, going around. Okay, lots. And I would probably let this set up for a bit. And I got a little sharp edge there I need to deal with. Okay, so there's my front. And let me just show you the others while we have them all here. 1, 2, 3 examples. So these are little examples of micro-pictorials or tiny picture books. So I hope you like this idea. They were a lot of fun to make. They're very easy, and the ideas are endless, and I would love to hear what ideas you guys have for making these little books. So if you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and share. And the 1,000 subscriber contest ends tomorrow on Halloween. So make sure you sign up today or by midnight. And what else? I think that's it. So I'm back to making some journals, and we're going from there. So lots more ideas coming your way, guys. I hope you're going to have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.